Hi, everybody. This is Erin with Daily Elevations, and we got some big news. Kind of. Yeah, no, I'm going to say it was big news yesterday that this social distancing that we have been committed to for the past couple weeks is extended to April 30th. So we have another month of living this kind of surreal life. Now, you might have some feelings about this. You might have some panic. You might have some anger. You might have some mistrust of what's going on or how we're going to get out of this. So I want to first make space for whatever. You might actually feel relieved. I'm going to give space for that too, of like, oh, good, our leaders are doing the right thing. Like, let's sit back and just enjoy this time. And if that's you, awesome. But I want to talk about the opportunities that are here. And I know, again, we're talking to people in a whole sorts of different range. Some people have more stuff on their shoulders now than they ever did. Some people have this massive load off and have time. But I want you to consider a question. If instead of getting the news that we were going to be in our homes for another 30 days, if instead of getting that news, we got the news we're going back to work today, everything's back to normal, restored. Like, really let yourself believe for a second that this little break, this pause is over and things are back to normal. Are there any parts of you, I'm sure there'd be a bunch of parts that are relieved, but are there any parts of you that are kind of disappointed? That we're kind of feeling in to the fact that this might be going someplace, that we might really be on our way to a new or a new way of being. That we might not be going back to how things were, but we might be on our way to something different, maybe something greater. And if there is any part of that disappointment in you, I invite you to really spend some time today thinking about what it is that you would be disappointed about, what it is that your heart is really longing for, and see if you can commit these next 30 days to really bringing some energy and attention to that thing. So that at the end of 30 days, you do have something that is serving you in a greater way. There's a way that we can all just go and be victims to this entire circumstance and kind of sit back and be like, well, there's nothing to do. They cut off all my, access to the outdoors. None of my favorite places are open. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to gain weight. I'm going to be grumpy. I'm going to talk crap about the media and about the president and about everything else that I can talk crap about, or I can really recognize the power of time and the power of this, opportunity of space to actually do something meaningful and to recognize that our lives are built on the meaning that we bring to it, the meaning that we make for it. So rather than this being like this time of social distancing and this time where everything's frozen and the economy's dropping and, what do you want your legacy to be? How do you want yourself to come out on top at the end of this month? We've got another month to go. Rather than being scared of that or overwhelmed by that, really consider, what can you commit to? So that at the end of this month, your life is better than ever. And I was talking to a friend the other day who really was just like, I'm going to have to go back to my old job. I can't do this thing. And I was like, but why? Like, really, what do you love? What would you really want your day-to-day to be? Is this a really awesome opportunity to make that career change so that you're taking better care of your body and better care of your heart in the end of this? Like, can we let love and possibilities be the thing that guides us here rather than fear? I know we all have the fear patterns. And there's a huge pull to go into that fearful place. But what if instead you didn't? What if instead you took this opportunity to really deeply trust and love, and see what you can build from that place. See what you can commit to for yourself, for your family, for this world. What would you be most disappointed about if all of this were to end? And how can you prevent yourself from that disappointment? Alternatively, if we got to the end of this month, what would you want to be able to say for that? And is there something that you would be disappointed if you didn't use this time to do? I really invite you to dig into your hearts. This is the time to go deeper with ourselves than we have gone before. This is a time for healing, for possibly redirection. In a month's time, if we really pay attention, we have the possibility to really change our entire direction of our lives here. So whether it's relationships that you really want to work on, or career, or just finding that artistic expression, there's something in this for you to get. And I invite you to let the meaning of all of this be that meaning that is personal to you, and that gives you the opportunity to go someplace that you've always wanted to go. And by all means, if you're one of the people struggling and looking for food, please reach out. There are resources there, and there are so many people that are making their mission at this time to be serving you. And if you're not sure what to do with yourself, make yourself a part of a mission to serve some of the people who really need it right now. So really, seize this opportunity. Be intentional about where you're placing your energy and what thoughts you're bringing to this. Because everything is an opportunity for growth if we give ourselves that intention, that focus to let it be that. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.